Let's start with a truth that most men over 60 aren't ready to accept. Younger women aren't rejecting you because of your age. They are rejecting you because of how you carry yourself at that age. In fact, about 83% of them have already decided how they feel about you before you even finish your second sentence. What surprises most people is this: when a man over 60 is fit, composed, and emotionally steady, younger women don't see old. They see something rare, something grounded, something quietly powerful. Take a moment to pause. If you think this is about chasing younger women, you've already misunderstood. This is about understanding what truly catches their attention, not what society says they should want. What younger women feel about men over 60 is very different from what most men assume. And it's not about money. It's not about acting younger than you are. And it's definitely not about trying to impress anyone. It's about understanding psychology. Younger women aren't drawn to age itself, and they aren't repelled by it either. What actually draws them is emotional regulation. That means how a man manages his feelings, his reactions, and his internal state when things don't go his way. Many men think attraction comes from looks, wealth, or saying the right words. But that's a misconception. Attraction begins much earlier, often before any rational thought takes place. It starts with how safe and calm someone feels when they are around you. Emotional regulation is seen in small ways: how you respond when someone disagrees with you, how you handle silence, whether you become defensive, anxious, or push too hard. Younger women notice these signals because many of them are used to emotionally reactive men. Men who rush feelings, demand reassurance, overthink messages, or panic when attention shifts. Over time, this becomes tiring. Older men who have learned self-control stand out because they are not emotionally loud. They don't rush for clarity, pressure conversations, or try to control outcomes. Their calm shows experience, not boredom. It shows they've faced setbacks, stress, and disappointment and have learned not to break under it. This creates emotional safety, which often comes before attraction. Fitness usually strengthens this effect because discipline in the body suggests discipline in the mind. A man who keeps himself healthy generally has routines, patience, and respect for limits. Younger women don't see this as perfection. They see stability. Stability means fewer emotional surprises, fewer dramatic swings, and less need to manage someone else's feelings. This is why emotional steadiness often matters more than age, looks, or status when attraction develops. A physically fit man over 60 is rarely seen by younger women as being vain. They see it as proof of self-discipline, consistency, and self-respect. A strong body at that age doesn't mean he is obsessed with looks. It shows long-term thinking. It shows he can delay gratification, tolerate discomfort, and stay committed to routines even when motivation is low. These qualities register subconsciously before attraction even becomes conscious. Younger women are surrounded by men who want fast results. Fast attention, fast validation, quick intimacy. A fit older man shows the opposite. He signals patience. He shows he understands process, not shortcuts. That difference separates him from the crowd. It tells her he doesn't live reactively. He plans, maintains, and follows through. Fitness also signals mental resilience. Staying fit over 60 usually means managing stress, following healthy habits, and adapting to limits without giving up. Younger women sense this and often assume correctly that a man who has controlled his body over the years is unlikely to collapse emotionally under pressure. This reduces anxiety around him. Fitness changes presence too. A man who moves with ease, stands tall, and breathes calmly takes up space without forcing it. He doesn't need to dominate or prove strength. His body already communicates competence. This quiet confidence feels grounded rather than attention-seeking. Younger women don't expect perfection. They respond to effort and consistency. Fitness shows a man hasn't mentally retired. He is still active and respects himself enough to maintain his physical and mental foundation. For most younger women, emotional safety matters more than money or status, especially with older men. Wealth can bring comfort, status can open doors, but neither guarantees peace of mind. Emotional safety is how a man makes her feel over time, not what he can offer on paper. It's the sense that she won't be pressured, controlled, dismissed, or emotionally overwhelmed. Many younger women have dealt with relationships where attention came with expectations, guilt, or emotional instability. They quickly learn that money doesn't prevent jealousy, insecurity, or manipulation. That makes them highly sensitive to emotional signals. They notice if a man listens without interrupting, responds without defensiveness, and gives space without punishment. These actions build trust far better than gifts or promises. With older men, this expectation is even higher. Age suggests experience, and experience suggests emotional restraint. A man who is calm, patient, and clear confirms that expectation. A man who isn't creates immediate disappointment, and attraction disappears fast. Emotional safety also means predictability. This doesn't mean boredom, it means emotional steadiness. Younger women want to know a man's mood won't swing wildly based on attention, disagreements, or stress. They want to feel free to express themselves without worrying about his reactions. That's why many younger women feel more comfortable around older men who are emotionally grounded. Emotional safety allows curiosity and attraction to grow naturally without fear or pressure. Over-explaining, seeking validation, or trying too hard is one of the fastest ways to destroy attraction with younger women, especially for men over 60. Many men assume that explaining their choices, past, or feelings makes them more appealing. The opposite is true. Over-explaining signals insecurity, attachment, and a need for approval. Younger women sense this immediately, even unconsciously. When a man feels he must justify his decisions, it communicates fear. Fear of rejection, being judged, or losing control. That fear shows in his tone, body, and energy, and it undermines the quiet confidence that naturally draws attraction. Women notice these subtle cues because they've learned to distinguish self-contained men from reactive ones. Seeking validation works the same way. Asking for compliments, wondering if he's still attractive, or proving worth signals dependency. It shows he needs external approval to feel secure. That energy is less attractive because it shifts the dynamic from curiosity and intrigue to obligation and emotional labor. Over-justifying, especially about past relationships, fitness, or life choices, adds pressure. It makes women focus on assessing insecurities instead of feeling drawn to him. Silence, restraint, and calm assurance, however, convey competence and stability without words. Attraction for younger women is rarely about explanations or rationalizations. It's about energy, presence, and confidence. Over-explaining or seeking validation undermines all three, making a man appear less secure, less grounded, and far less magnetic, no matter his age, fitness, or experience. Fit older men are seen as less desperate, which greatly increases attraction with younger women. Desperation is easy to notice. It carries tension, neediness, and overeagerness. When a man wants attention, approval, or affection too much, it creates pressure. Women instinctively respond with discomfort, even if they were curious or interested at first. A calm, fit man over 60 who is self-contained and patient signals that he doesn't need anyone's validation. Desperation comes from insecurity. It shows a man's self-worth depends on results rather than his own standards. Women notice subtle signs, repeated messages, over-explaining, constant reassurance seeking, or making excuses to justify presence. Each action signals emotional instability, and that kills attraction immediately. A man who avoids these behaviors communicates stability and independence. Fitness enhances this perception because it shows self-discipline and respect for oneself. A man who takes care of his health and energy has already proven he can follow through, delay gratification, and tolerate discomfort. This level of control reassures younger women that he is unlikely to break down emotionally when challenges appear. It creates a sense of ease and curiosity because she doesn't have to manage his emotional ups and downs. The lack of desperation creates contrast. In a world where younger men are often reactive, needy, and anxious, the fit older man stands out simply by not pushing, not performing, and not needing constant validation. This quiet freedom, composed presence, and self-containment are magnetic because they signal reliability, confidence, and competence, which matter far more than age, looks, or status alone. Confidence without arrogance is one of the strongest signals younger women pick up from men over 60. It's a subtle energy, not a loud show. Many men assume confidence means boasting achievements, dominating conversations, or proving they're still capable. But for younger women, true confidence comes from calm assurance, composure, and inner security that doesn't seek attention or approval. Arrogance, on the other hand, masks insecurity. It's loud, overbearing, and centered on outside validation. When a man brags, exaggerates, or constantly tries to impress, he is showing neediness, even if he doesn't realize it. Younger women sense this immediately because it creates tension. It signals that the man relies on their opinion rather than being emotionally self-contained. Confidence without arrogance is quiet. It appears in how a man carries himself, listens, and responds to challenges or disagreements. He doesn't over-explain. He doesn't overreact. He's comfortable with silence and can navigate interactions without controlling outcomes. This type of energy communicates emotional stability and dependability. For younger women, this combination is rare and compelling. Many men their own age or younger are reactive, insecure, and emotionally volatile. When a fit older man displays composed confidence, it stands out sharply in contrast. It shows he has experience, self-mastery, and the ability to handle life without needing constant reassurance. In essence, confidence without arrogance sparks curiosity and comfort simultaneously. It signals that he is secure in himself, capable of managing life and emotions independently, and that she can interact with him without pressure, manipulation, or drama. This makes him far more attractive than mere looks, wealth, or status. Younger women often subconsciously test older men for patience, boundaries, and calm under pressure. These tests reveal far more about attraction than words ever could. Unlike men their own age who may react impulsively, a man over 60 is expected to have developed restraint. How he handles these subtle tests tells her if he is reliable, composed, and emotionally stable. These tests are rarely obvious. They appear in everyday interactions: a delayed response to a message, a minor change of plans, a small disagreement, or even silence in conversation. She is observing whether he becomes anxious, defensive, or controlling, or stays steady, confident, and self-contained. Each reaction provides insight into his character and emotional maturity. Patience is crucial because it shows he isn't desperate. A man who becomes pushy under pressure signals insecurity. Conversely, when he responds calmly without rushing or over-explaining, it communicates self-assurance and independence. These traits are highly attractive because they contrast sharply with the emotional volatility younger women often experience with men their own age. Boundaries are equally important. A fit older man who maintains personal standards without guilt or over-apologizing shows he values himself. This creates respect and psychological comfort. Women are drawn to men who can say no when needed, manage their energy wisely, and don't let external pressures dictate their behavior. Calmness under pressure is one of the most subtle yet powerful signals. It shows emotional control, experience, and reliability. These qualities create safety and intrigue simultaneously, forming the foundation of attraction beyond looks, money, or status. The biggest turnoff for younger women with men over 60 isn't wrinkles, gray hair, or even diminishing strength. It's emotional neediness and insecurity. While society often highlights appearance or status as the key to attraction, younger women are far more sensitive to emotional stability. A man dependent on validation, anxious about approval, or desperate to be liked immediately loses appeal, no matter how fit or successful he is. Emotional neediness appears in predictable ways: over-texting, constant reassurance, over-explaining, or trying too hard to impress. These behaviors reveal inner uncertainty, attachment to outcomes, and lack of self-containment. Younger women notice this instinctively because it signals emotional volatility rather than calm. It creates discomfort, implying the interaction will demand emotional effort rather than offering intrigue or ease. In contrast, emotionally self-sufficient men naturally attract curiosity and interest. They don't chase approval or perform to be liked. They show up fully present, regulated, and confident in themselves. Fitness, experience, and age amplify these traits because they indicate a lifetime of self-discipline and resilience. Women respond to energy and presence far more than external signs of youth or status. Emotional insecurity damages attraction more than any physical sign of aging. Wrinkles can be overlooked, gray hair can even be attractive, but neediness undermines every other advantage. Emotional independence signals safety, steadiness, and worthiness, qualities younger women instinctively seek when evaluating older men. In conclusion, what younger women notice most in men over 60 is not age, money, or looks. It's energy, presence, and emotional stability. Fitness and appearance matter only because they reflect discipline, self-respect, and mastery. What truly creates attraction is calm confidence, emotional regulation, patience, and the ability to maintain boundaries without desperation or neediness. Younger women constantly test for these qualities, often without realizing it, drawn to men who feel safe, steady, and composed in a chaotic world. A man over 60 who is fit, self-contained, and confident communicates something rare. He doesn't chase, perform, or seek approval. That absence of neediness and presence of calm authority creates contrast, curiosity, and desire. Wrinkles, gray hair, or minor physical imperfections cannot compete with emotional independence and quiet strength. Ultimately, age amplifies who you already are. If you carry yourself with steadiness, patience, and confidence, younger women notice. They are drawn to the energy you project, not the number of years you have lived. Emotional maturity, self-discipline, and presence are magnetic in ways money, status, or youth never can replicate. For men over 60, understanding this dynamic transforms perception. It shifts them from overlooked to intriguing, from ordinary to exceptional, simply by embodying self-mastery and quiet confidence.